Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is a Sturmpanzer I Bison. It's a tier 3 German SPG, and this one's located on the north spawn of Himmelsdorf under the command of Talon 1958. Now, what can I tell you about this tank? Well, it's got a 15cm howitzer, and it's actually a tank or an artillery gun mounted on top of a tank, because if you look on the inside you can see, yes, there's the wheels of the artillery, and in fact actually the base is a Panzer I. The Germans reused some of their Panzer I chassis and reworked them, turned them into artillery pieces, and the Sturmpanzer I was actually quite successful. In fact, there's some video footage of one in use during the invasion of France and later in Russia. Okay, well, Talon's taken it right to the back of the map, to the north end of the map rather, near the railway line, and I think he's now going to aim at the enemy. Okay, he's styling in on a position near the centre line, overlooking the square. There's a, I think it's a Panzer I in that building, but well, he's searching around. There's the Panzer I. Okay, now can he get a shot through that window? If he can, he might be able to wipe out that Panzer I with just one shot. He fires a round in. Oh, well, he does 28 hit points of splash on the Panzer I, and he doesn't like it, so he pulls away. Now he's dialing in on his T-29, who's sitting there quite comfortably. The reload time is quite fast, but you only get 12 rounds of ammunition, I'm afraid. Rounds out. Oh, look at that kill shot. 53 hit points, took the T-28 out very easily, or T-29 rather I should say. Now over here we've got a Panzer 38T, which is one of the Panzers that the Germans made from the Czech factory in Pilsen. Using their light vis 38, fires around in, and oh, he's got another kill. That is how effective the Sturmpanzer I BC can be, or the one Bison can be. Now he's looking for another target. I hope he's not dialing in on that T-29, but I think there's an enemy tank just the other side of it. Well, I think he fired at the Panzer I, who might have been the other side. There's a T-56 GMC just being killed, and just up on top here we've got an M1542, which is an Italian tier 3. He's dialing in on that position. Rounds out. Oh, it hits the, yeah, it hits the building, but it still does 105 hit points of splash. And he's been killed by another M1542. Now, he spotted an enemy tank at the other end. In fact, it's the Lorraine 39L, but it's out of range, so he can't hit it. In fact, I don't think there's any enemies that he can see in range, other than the Panzer S35 and maybe that Panzer I, who's actually now just around that corner, and he's just been killed. Okay, so I think Talon is, well, no, there is an enemy close. It's that Panzer S35. He is fairly close. Talon's changing position. Might get a little too close to this Panzer S35 for comfort, but if he does, he might be able to shotgun him, because this has got a pretty effective gun. Oh, he's coming down the corner. He's coming down the corner. He's getting ready to shotgun. Dialing in. Oh, yes, he gets him. 6 hit points. That's his third kill. Lovely one, and wins the game. Beautiful. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. It's a second-class tanker for Talon 1958 in the Sturmpanzer I Bison. He picked up a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 13 in that game. Very, very nice. In fact, he got 3 critical hits off the S35, 3 off the Panzer 38T, 3 off the T-29, and 3 critical hits on the M1542 as well. So he was really doing well at putting critical hits on the enemy. And of course, critical hits means that their tanks are incapacitated long enough for other people to kill them. And the win rate for that game was 2026, which is very good indeed. Let's have a look at team score. Well, he didn't get the highest damage. That went to the M1542 on his team, who got 824 hit points of damage. The Su-76 got 750, but Talon was right behind them with 442 basic experience points, or basic points. That's hit points of damage. The next highest scorer was the M1542 on the enemy team with 440. When it came to kills, the M1542 got 4, the Su-76 got 3, and so did Talon 1958. And when it came to base XP, it was the M1542 got 726, the Su-76 got 652, Panzer I-C got 524, and then came Talon with 480. He fired 6 rounds of his 12-round magazine. He got 2 direct hits and 1 penetration and 4 splash. Did damage of 442 hit points, of which 436 were at more than 300 meters. Obviously, the difference was that very last-minute kill with the Panzer S-35, and he splashed him around that corner and took him out the game. He hit 5 of the enemy, killed 3 of them, and did 7 hit points of damage assistance out of that game. On a premium account, he earned 12,857 credits, and after ammunition resupply took away 11,177. He earned 720 XP, times 2 for the first victory of the day, took away 1,440 experience points altogether. So a very nice little battle. In fact, Himmelsdorf is probably one of the best maps for the Sturmpanzer I Bison, because the trajectory is so high, you can loop the shells over the top of the buildings at the enemy at the far end, and that does a lot of damage to them. The only problem is it's very short range, which means you have to keep moving to get good shots on the enemy, reposition yourself. But as we saw in that battle, actually, Talon actually stayed fairly immobile at the top of the map and was still getting hits on the enemy. And it was only that last kill, the Panzer S-35, where he had to move from his position, because if he hadn't, the S-35 would have poked his head round the corner and shot Talon at a distance. But moving to the new position meant the S-35 had to try and poke his head round the corner, and when he did, Talon blew him away. So, if you enjoyed that replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay that I'll be featuring in the next video.